Whew. Hey, this is Sully from the Anti-Social News. Keep trying to put the in front of it. Hey, this is Sully from Anti-SocialNews.com. There we go. I can say it. Pretty easy to say. Not hard. Let's go ahead and jump to last video. There's a lot of people out there. By a lot of people, I mean one guy with 2 accounts or 3 accounts on YouTube who commented on the video. So I wanted to go and read his comments before we move on and we talk about the news that happened. LOL, comma, because that's how people talk. They go, ha 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 ha. The fat neckbeard is jealous of Richard Spencer. Your virginity will never end, faggot. So every beard is a neckbeard? It's me responding, and what I wrote. I'm guessing you can't grow a beard. That's why you don't know the difference. His response to that, I'm guessing that was cutting. I'm guessing it really affected him. Because his response was, dude, why are you cucking for non-white races? Do you think non-whites will ever stand up for you? If you're a white man, ultimately they hate you and want you destroyed. What do you think you have to gain by attacking the people who are actually standing up for our people? Okay. This guy sounds ignorant for 2 reasons. One, it sounds like he clearly he just doesn't have any friends or family that are not Caucasian. He probably lives in an area that's extremely Caucasian. Also, he's trying to use these hip words like neckbeard and cucking. He's not using them right. Because I'm not cucking. That would mean having sex with someone else's wife while they watch? I'm not doing that. I think the word that he means to use is shilling. He could say that I am shilling. That is, if you're in the 4chan community, that is a term that people use a lot. They'll say, the shilling intensifies, and it'll be generally accompanied by an anti-Semitic picture. So yeah, no, definitely not cucking, but shilling, you might say. So maybe just go to Urban Dictionary before you type it in there, Mr. Dominant Excellence, your suck puppetry. I'm gonna wait on this one. This was my favorite. I'll come back to that one. Low T neckbeard Kevin Smith. Low T neckbeard beta male Kevin Smith. Try fitting yourself into a Boba Fett costume instead of offering your insight into white supremacy. And the verdict? It's negative. So edgy, homo neckbeardicus. This has got to be like one of the fayest comments somebody's ever written while criticizing somebody else's masculinity. It's clearly the same guy as earlier because he's on the neckbeard kick. Once again, this is just what happens when I don't shave. It bloop, pops out. Not a neckbeard, just beard. I think the only person who would be like neckbeard would be like a queer eye for the straight guy kind of person. So I think what he's trying to tell me is that I'm not the kind of guy that he would like to date. He only wants to date proud white men. So let's go ahead and look at some of the responses. Go back to listening to ELF Music and David Duke podcasts. You Elliot Roger wannabe. Elliot Roger. I'm not a beta male. I'm an alpha male. Why don't girls like me? That's who Mr. E is here. He He is Elliot Rodger. I love how you think that me not liking racial segregation means I must have low testosterone. Or maybe you just don't know what that term means. He replies to this, I'm guessing, in his I'm Nordic rune t-shirt through his thick glasses.
Let's see. Do you think the Battle of Thermopylae would still have been won if the Spartans had been as masculine as you?
Yes. Yeah. I'm a fully functional human male. So, since you're such a judge of masculinity, have you ever arrested anyone, Mr. E? Mike Duplantier? Ever pulled a gun in the line of duty? Ever been in an active shooter situation? Feel free to answer sequentially or all at once. You're such a toughie. I bet you've seen some combat. I'm very curious to know your credentials. Just so you know, I'm not a racial segregationist. I'm from a multiracial, multi-ethnic family. And my family has been military for 3 generations. That kind of red pills you real quick if you think that one race is this or one race is at the top here. You're gonna, if you're in a military situation, you're gonna know people from all races and all colors. So that's where I am a belligerent patriot, but I'm also ridiculously against segregation, against racism, and against xenophobia. I mean, I don't know if that clarifies things, but this guy sure as fuck didn't respond after I asked him that simple question. I'd like to thank the podcast for grading his original troll post, which he, after this was posted, he went back and edited, because the original thing said, I'm not going to read their whole thing, but trying fitting yourself for a Boba Fett costume. And the podcast responded, trying fitting? Where are you from? Do you even speak English? Which shamed him into at least changing that one part of it. Before jumping off of a rooftop somewhere. Albert Culpepper says, I'm a little confused by this comment. He comes across downright homophobic towards the end. The fuck Europe bit didn't come across as hipster. Is that what the neckbeard thing is? Is that me being called a hipster? I have heard those. Okay. Doesn't come across as hipster, but more ugly American. Thank you. Thank you for that. Also, fuck you. I'm not homophobic. Anyway. P.S. It doesn't come across as manly to criticize a guy on his grooming. You seem like a metrosexual fashionista instead of a pillar of masculinity. Thank you for noticing that about our esteemed original commenter here. I'm a little confused by this comment. The fuck Europe part, yeah, that is because I am belligerently American. Hua. Also, the Irish thing I was doing, where I was acting real fey and talking like this, I was actually quoting a very specific Irish guy. His name was Liam. He was a tour guide, and he told everybody on the tour that the Irish sent a condolence letter to the family of Adolf Hitler. So, and he just sort of said it like, oh, yes, we didn't take a side in World War II. And, yeah, I mean, honestly, out of context, I see how you could think that I was being homophobic. But, no, I would never equate everyone in Ireland to being gay. I have too much respect for the homosexuals. Seriously, though, it wasn't homophobic. I was just exaggerating how one guy talked. Liam, from Trafalgar Tours in Ireland. Liam, you know who you are. You know you kind of talk like that. You do. You really do. And if I was to do an Irish accent, it actually would come out like this, which I think is a pretty damn good Irish accent. Don't need to do an Irish accent. There's no point. There's no reason for me, an American, to do an Irish accent. So I'm American. So yeah, I do want to get to the number one comment that I liked. Of course, there was just the podcast saying butt stuff and goofy things like that. But no, my favorite was this interchange with a racist, Josh E. And Josh E says, "Your levels are all fucked up. And certain races are quite obviously better than others." So he comments on my audio and then says something racist. And I say, "Thanks for the audio tip. I'll try to improve. LOL at your racism. Thanks for watching." To which he replies, "God bless." Now he goes on to have a little exchange with somebody else, but I was so shocked by just the random decency of his initial, like, "Hey, this is my problem." He didn't call me a name. He didn't try to sound cooler than he is by trying to use internet terms that he doesn't really know what they mean. This is adorable. I'm so glad the other guy did that, but it wasn't necessary, and it really watered down his point. This dude made his point, like, "Hey, your audio is messed up. Also, I think there is a racial hierarchy." And it's like, boom, he got his opinion out there. Got his opinion out there just like that, and I'm putting it in this video. I disagree. I don't think there's a racial hierarchy. I think humans are humans, and my dick loves race mixing. So, yeah, I disagree about the racial hierarchy thing. I do agree that my audio levels were messed up in the first video. And I think that's about it for the comments there. Thank you for commenting. Please like and subscribe, and we'll do some more comment videos. This is something I wanted to talk to people about. A little place called 4chan, and I really want people to avail themselves to all the darkness of the internet, everything that's out there. Yeah, jump into it. Don't be afraid. You need to learn that people have different opinions than you. People have different opinions than you, and that's okay. It's okay that people are different. There are some very interesting discussions on this page here, and I'm going to post a link to this particular one because it pertains to the news event that happened last night in Manchester, England, where there was a terrorist attack at an Ariana Grande concert, or Ariana Grande concert, yeah. So this is a discussion on there about any security footage, clear videos of Manchester terrorist attack, everything on news is garbage. I chimed in and said bump for interest. You can see how this works. There are basically these little IDs that pop up, but otherwise you're anonymous unless you're like me and you put your friggin' picture in there. But yeah, I'm doing this because I want to sort of show people the capability of the internet to be able to just toss stuff out there. So yeah, please jump onto there and take a look. Link will be in the comments, and really want people to understand the diversity of opinions that are out there on the internet. You're not going to get a more unfiltered view of the world than on 4chan, and it is sort of weird to see how people jump in on this and will find themselves how they'll find themselves reacting factionally, how they'll lash out at other people, and you know, it's I feel like half of 4chan is just people on there to lash out and offend other people, and then half of it is people actually trying to get their messages across, and it's really interesting to parse that out, and to sort of see who's just trying to offend people and who's actually trying to say something. I thought when I first heard about the site, I thought it was going to be all just people trying to offend each other, and I was really impressed to see people working with each other and talking to each other. So I'm going to put a link to this in the comments below, or in the description of this. And I wanted to discuss one big thing. I am wearing a ridiculous t-shirt. It is a t-shirt for the band INFIDEL. It is not something that I would wear in public, but look what I'm doing. I'm wearing it on the internet here. For Anti-SocialNews, I am showing you that this is an opinion that somebody has, just like 4chan exists. This is something that exists as well. This was given to me by Robert Edgar Keller. Robert Edgar Keller runs Middle Eastern Mayhem. I'm going to put a link to his blog, Middle Eastern Mayhem. So he actually likes to feature Middle Eastern metal, a lot of the music from refugees who leave the Middle East, and this is actually his son's band. Robert's kind of a neat guy. As xenophobic as this shirt is, Robert's one of those guys who just loves metal, and he does hate totalitarian Islamic regimes because they don't like metal, which is understandable. And he was telling me his son's band is Infidel, and he gave me these shirts, and he told me this story where he's like, I get these bands from Iran sending me stuff, and he's telling me about how they're telling me how their stuff gets broken into by the Komite and the Basijis, and they'll beat them up and break their guitars, and then they'll just put their stuff back together as best they can and continue to play metal. And then my son's telling me that, the garage that he plays in doesn't have air conditioning. And I said, you ain't bitch to me about this. Let me tell you what these guys have to go in over in Iran. So Robert took his son's crabbers' rights away by opening his horizon to Iran. So enjoy. I'll put Robert's thing there in the description, and thank you for the t-shirt. Like I said, I don't wear this out because this is very offensive, but I do wear it on laundry day. So thank you, Robert, and for anybody else who wants to send me a t-shirt, you can send it to me at P.O. Box 51783, Washington, D.C., 20091, and feel free to email me at antisocialnews at thepodcast.com. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Please go to antisocialnews.com and like our Facebook so that we can get a few more likes and move forward on that. And I hope you guys have enjoyed my reading of the comments for last video, and also the little 4chan Lurk session that we did. And I encourage everyone to do some 4chan lurking. Hey, this is OP. Please, if you have pictures of the aftermath of the terrorist attack. Yeah, there we go. You can go see it for yourself. Okay. Oh man, they really got heated in here, didn't they? Look at this. Where is it? What country is this? Oh, it's Chile. Wow, this guy from Chile is really going at this guy from Australia. See, that's the kind of stuff that you see in Poll that you just wouldn't see anywhere else on the internet. Okay. Thank you, the podcast. Thank you, Robert, Edgar, Keller, and Infidel. Thank you, Ruger, P95DC. Thank you, Blackhawk. I don't know who else to thank. I'd like to thank my parents, who aren't watching this. Salman Rushdie. I love Salman Rushdie. Just great guy. Yep, that's it. Hopes and prayers for peace in the entire world. And Manchester, may death come swiftly to your enemies. That's all I can say.